Welcome to this brand new episode of the SM Show. My name is Suryadeep and I'm joined by the man himself, Susmit Majumder, my brother from the same mother. Yes, Susmit, welcome to the SM Show again. Today, what are we discussing?
Well, I think you are supposed to tell me that.
Now, this is putting me in a state of bother, but yeah, uh, the season that just ended. Again, we discussed it in the previous episode. Now, today, I want you to give us a little bit of a highlight on the way United are preparing for preseason. Obviously, by this time when we are recording this video, we've seen one game. We've seen the youngsters in action. Mason Mount is the new number 7 signing, the only signing. First of all, overpriced, overhyped. What do you feel?
Well, I won't really say overpriced. A lot of people say that he's overpriced, but I think if you look at the talent which he possesses, obviously you cannot just consider his last season's performance because Chelsea in total were horrible throughout the season. So you cannot just pick up Mason Mount and say that he's not good enough. So I think he's just 24 and he's only going to get better and better, and he's got all the qualities. He's not like that Anthony type of player who is only going to showboat. He's a proper midfielder, and I think he's a good addition. He can give good competition in place of in place of if I talk about Christian Eriksen or Bruno Fernandes. So I think he's very good signing.
David De Gea, long-standing player to win the Best Player of the Year 4 times, leaving the club without any testimonial or any kind of a thing. Do you feel that United did complete potty in that department?
I think they didn't give him a proper send off. I think he deserved a lot better because he has been amazing. Like if you pick any one player over the last decade, I think it has to be David De Gea. Like he's got amazing ability. He saved United so many times with his world class saves. But the problem is that yes, you have to move on at some moment. And obviously, Eric Ten Hag wants a different type of goalkeeper who wants to start the attack from the back, and he wants good distribution. So I think that's why he had to make those changes. So I think it's best for everyone to move on.
Now, you did mention a little bit about the importance in which Eric Ten Hag is slowly shaping up his team. Now, we know that United are so good with their transfers. Now, only Mason Mount coming in, Andre Onana is about to come, hopefully, and we can expect a player or two. We don't even know who is going to be the striker. Hopefully, it's not going to be another Wout Weghorst. Now, I want to understand your perspective on this in terms of the way that the players that are already there, something like a Donny van de Beek or maybe Anthony Elanga, these players, do you think it's a good opportunity for them to step up and really take it to the next level?
Well, I think when you mentioned about the French players, they have all been very good. But the problem is that we have to understand what the manager is like, what the manager wants. Which players is he targeting to have the next season? So if he's expecting certain players to stay, so just back the manager. I feel because if you talk about Elanga, I think he has been very good. Like the time whenever he played, he has always been very good. But if you notice, like he's not sort of player which Eric Ten Hag trusts too much. So like you have to just back the manager. Whatever the manager thinks is right is like United should follow that only. And I think that is the way. I think it is the way forward for United from here on.
Last season, Carabao Cup and the FA Cup final, Europa League, they went into the last the quarterfinals. This season, what would be your and as a fan, what are you expecting them to achieve?
I think as I said, like it all depends on how they start, how they pick up the season right from the beginning, and as the manager always keeps saying, take one game at a time. So you never know if you do like that. Obviously, we are going to get results. The problem is that we need a good striker. We have to admit it. We need a good striker going into a season with Champions League. I think we need a proper number 9. I don't know whom they are looking at, but whoever they are looking at, I hope that's not Wout Weghorst at least. We need a proper number 9. We cannot expect Rashford to score 20 goals every season or 30 goal again, because obviously you cannot expect. He's not that sort of a player. Yes, he's reached that level, but you cannot put too much pressure on one player.
People, please pardon my pronunciation. I'm horrible with names. Shushmit here, he knows the right pronunciation. So, Rasmer Hodglund, if I am not wrong. That's the name. I don't know if I pronounced it right or not. But he's an unproven talent. United are slowly pursuing towards him. Your views on that, and I also want you to highlight a little bit towards the players that has already been signed right now. I mean, Tottenham have got a new manager, Ange Postecoglou, something something
And
Lou.
Postek. So I think
Yeah, and
he's a very
again,
good manager.
even
I think he'll do good job. But let's hope. Like everybody after Graham Potter, everybody like you cannot say anything. You cannot say anything. The benchmark he has set.
indeed, indeed, and the way that Chelsea have actually replaced Graham Potter with another legend called as Frank Lampard. That itself, I think Chelsea.
No, I think tactically you have to understand his tactics were amazing. Like pass from the back, go to the wingers, and they'll just cross, and then you just pray to God.
Pray to
So I
God,
think that's
exactly.
amazing tactics. I think not every manager can match what he did at Chelsea or what he will do going forward in another club.
Before we end this video, Shushmit, one very important point I want you to focus on, that is in terms of United's progress. Last season they were phenomenal when it comes to the home games. Away games they were absolutely horrible. Where do you think United can work on it? Is it more towards defensive, or they want to attack and score more goals, or what do you feel that Eric Ten Hag can do?
I think attack wise they have to get a number 9, as I said, because if you notice in the last season, even if United won, they just somehow managed to win every game. It was like almost a 1-0. Most of the times I saw it was like 1-0 win only. And at times you might get a second goal. That was like you don't know from where the goal is coming from. Because the team is attacking. The team is playing the Eric Ten Hag way, but there has to be someone who is going to make those finishes. Like not every time. For example, in the end of the season, we saw when Rashford's form started reducing a little bit. The form wasn't there that much, so United was also having a hard time to score all those goals. So I think a proper number 9
So,
is needed.
so in this context, do you feel that Asensio going to PSG for free, Skriniar going for free from Inter, and then Karim Benzema signing for Al Etihad again for free, and all these things? So, do you feel United are lacking that kind of a depth in terms of their scouting and checking out the free agents window as well, and transfer policy is messed up?
I think, as I said, it all depends on the manager. If manager doesn't want Asensio or Tielemans or any other player, Benzema, who was available, everyone who is available, if Eric Ten Hag doesn't want them, like no point bringing them. Nah. Like you can obviously see that when we talk about Jadon Sancho, he's an amazing player, we know. But if you notice, he's not that sort of player which Eric Ten Hag is liking. So you have to understand the player which he demands, you have to get them first. So if he thinks that Rasmus Højlund is the proper number 9, and if United are willing to spend 60 million, I don't know, he's a young talent, but if Eric Ten Hag feels that he's the right player, then bring him back the manager.
Brilliant, brilliant, amazing. That pretty much sums up this particular episode. A lot of things to discuss as we are going to move ahead in the season. United playing, going all guns blazing. Hopefully, they are not going to do potty this season. Me and Shushmit will be here to give you all the updates. So, thank you, Shushmit. See you in the next episode.
Yes. Bye.